Virginia Department of Transportation, Virginia Mega Projects, along with our partners at the Department of Rail and Public Transportation. Got to stop for a second. You know, when I first heard of New Ride, I thought it was some sort of new progressive commuter program. But because the way it was pronounced, it just went right over me. And I said, New Ride? I said, boy, that must be some kind of interesting morning program that people get to work a different way. But New Ride is an interesting concept, and I think it'll go over real well because there's a payoff to individuals, not just getting to work, but building up points and using things and going places. It'll be a lot of fun, and I think it'll go over real well. Again, what we do in communications, and by the way, these signs here, as communicated, they represent a very positive symbol. While temporarily they may interfere with people, the big thing is it's talking about a better tomorrow. Nowhere else in the United States is there an active work environment in transportation as there is in Northern Virginia. There are regions of the country that do not have such an active program going on. So what it speaks to is the future of Tysons, Northern Virginia, and all the folks that come to our area to expect a better quality of life. These are the things that people talk about when they talk about quality of life. So these are temporary. I think Jonas saw all the problems he had early on in inventing something. And I know a lot of young people, I have them in my office, I mentioned Jonas Saw. Well, you know, but these are all temporary. The big stuff is up here, what's happening tomorrow. As you see, what we get involved with in public relations or public affairs or communications, on our level, it's retail. We like to get in front of folks like yourself and come to you and present every year an annual update. Last week we had one with elected officials and media to give them an appreciation of all the projects going on in Northern Virginia. What we do, we have strategies. These things in and of itself do not add 1 foot of new pavement or a new bus or a new train or anything aside from keeping the pressure off the public as much as possible. We have 4 areas of our transportation management plan, so every time the state, the Commonwealth, decides to do something, it has to have a comparative piece that gets people through that something. So if you're going to build something, you're going to have a mechanism here to help people get through while the construction is going on. So much different than building a house on a private lot or a commercial building on a private lot where no one's really interfering with you per se. But when you do it in traffic, you interfere with everybody's lifestyle. So we have a section incident management. And you see right here, this is a dedicated area of service and police that look after the road structures when we have any incidents out there, and certainly involved with them on any planning we do for long-range things when we close multiple lanes, especially during summertime and vacations, where not only does it impact us, but hundreds of thousands of folks who are coming maybe from Ohio and Pennsylvania, coming around 81 or into the 270 down to 495 to the 95 corridor, maybe south to the beaches. So we have to be concerned about all those folks when they come into our neighborhood too. Also the folks returning from the beach that are coming through here. So not only do we reach local, we reach out to the regions north and south of us. So we've got a lot of folks because people come through here, and not to mention the amount of business traffic we have. And the tourists who not only come here, they stay here, and we do want them to stay here. So we have to impact also those folks who are just travelers. So we have travelers, business people, we have residents, and we have a lot of different types of folks that come through here that we have to communicate with. Public affairs communication speaks to that. We have many products that deal with that. Demand transportation management, our programs there with public service buses, transportation programs that you just heard about, like New Ride and so forth. And in the other area, local network operations. And this is where we respond to situations that we can make temporary or permanent improvements that are not major in its nature, but because of those things that they impact, we may be able to take the nose off a median to allow 2 lanes of traffic to make a left turn, easing that flow in the morning, what used to be 1 lane. Those are the areas of local network transportation. So again, all these areas have nothing to do with building something, but they have everything to do with keeping that pressure manageable for the public during construction. How do we communicate? We focus on public outreach. I call it the retail level, meeting people face to face. I personally enjoy that forum of exchange of ideas between the public and myself. Gives people the opportunity to unload on me, let me know what the issues are so we can at least work together, rather than just sending you a news release and let you read it. So we believe strongly in our ability to get out in front of people, and we do it because we have 800,000 to 1 million people a day we impact. To date, 1,000 plus meetings. I know a lot of you folks know and have met the folks that are part of the VA Mega Projects team, our partners from Florence Transurban, that continually appear at homeowners association meetings, elected officials meetings, town hall meetings from delegates and so forth. So we do have a very active environment in which we bring our programs out to the public. Residents, motorists, businesses, elected officials, and needless to say, the Pentagon and the National Command Structure are very important members of our outreach efforts. We all know what happened 9/11. We know we need evacuation routes. While we build this, we have to be concerned with what happens if scenarios. Our toolbox, how do we reach folks? Well, our website, you saw two websites. VAMegaprojects.com is the Commonwealth website, and the Virginia Hotline is our partner's website. You see here, we along with our website, social media. You have people that'll talk to people, and all that new stuff going on today is really fabulous because it provides us many paths to many people rather than what it was years ago where it was just a print or a message on radio. We still utilize media, print, radio, and television. We'll also, again, I mentioned the stakeholders meetings and events, the elected officials briefings, direct impact door to door, and that doesn't mean door to door like the full brush guy. I know young people say full brush. Again, we will knock on doors, introduce ourselves, provide some material to people because we feel it's really important that people get to meet who we are as a person and not just read it on a piece of paper. You know about our employer solutions. Any organization, and we'll knock on their doors too, or any organization that will come to us to say, hey, what can you do for me in terms of possibly offering my people a better way in and out of the area during construction. And while we will cover all those things, something bigger is in place. A lot of the things that we create now, we're doing it now to help folks get through during construction, but we hope they long outlive us because VDOT moves away at some point. These projects are all in place, but some of these things that we create today, we want to have legs. Some of the new transit structures that we would provide some money to get going, we want it to have legs, we want it to live on long term. This is a great time to build these types of things and give it the opportunity to get moving and keep them flowing long after we move on to other projects within Northern Virginia District. Our focus, 24/7 communications, and that does mean 24/7. On our website, there's cell phone numbers, and people do answer that, whether it's 2, 3, 4 in the morning. Don't kid yourself from time to time. We do get calls from people, and we encourage it. And while it's not fun, it's a great opportunity to surprise somebody by picking up the phone at 2 in the morning and say, yes, can I help you? Because they think they're going into that hole within government where, oh God, I gotta start leaving here and maybe they'll get back to me. But it's great to surprise people, to let them know that you're there 24/7. All right, in conclusion, we know we have new travel choices coming, and that's true. Take a look what the Beltway is going to look like in a couple of years. It's going to be fabulous. For the first time, to have scheduled buses on a Beltway to take people to and from wherever they're going within the region, that's wonderful. Mixing it in with rapid transit, or mass transit, and trains, carpools, van pools. First time people have a reason to get into a carpool or a van pool because they're going to have a speeded way to work. It'll be tremendous. And even the person who has no desire to ever put a nickel in a toll or pay one electronic toll will enjoy the benefits of tolling because other people want to pay for that choice. And because they want to pay for the choice and because others want to ride a bus and others want to be in a carpool or van pool, it's going to leave more room in those general purpose lanes for those folks. So in this project, there's something for everyone, and that's why it's going to be a tremendous winner. Working together, we're always available to come out to any groups, any of you folks who belong to a subgroup, bowling league, fishing, we don't care. We would enjoy the opportunity to take our message out and meet more people. And anytime like to have us come on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we'll be there. Just give us a chance to show up and present some material to you. We'll keep Tysons moving. We'll keep our communications open to you. And before I adjourn, I do want to point out that to put on one of these events, we certainly want to thank the folks at Cap for what they provide to us in areas of support. Needless to say, all the folks within the organization, whether it's government, commercial, who have supported us and made us a member of the community, we certainly thank you very much. All the organizations that are represented out here, we thank them for participating today to spread the word of what we have in the offer of programs and what it is we do. But I must take this moment and thank a couple of folks in particular whose efforts this would not happen. And they're from the VA mega projects and our partners at Fort Transurban. And I want to thank Jamie Breen. Is she here? Because I do want to, she might be out there looking around, making sure everything's going right. But Jamie Breen from the Virginia mega projects. And Eric Sutton, Transurban, and Jeff Wagner from Floor. And I don't think Michelle is here today, Michelle Holland. And those four folks on a 24/7 basis give their heart and soul of selfless dedication to make sure that anything that could be done to help the people in Northern Virginia make it through all of this happens. And we're here to continue that message as long as we're here and long afterwards, because Transurban is going to have a superb communications team once they open up. And together, until it gets there, we'll be here to support the folks in Northern Virginia. Ladies and gentlemen, that we adjourn the program, and thank you again for having us.